What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to discuss how to actually start freelancing in 2020. Is it too late? And I'm going to tell you why it's not too late and why you need to start freelancing right now, this year. And just so you know, my path of starting on the freelance is not ideal. And I made a lot of mistakes when I started, and I'm here right now to try to protect you from making those mistakes. So please listen carefully, and I'm really hoping that this information will be valuable to you. First, do not make the biggest mistake of lots and lots of people who are just quitting their jobs and think that the freelancing start is easy and they can find clients right away. Please save some money for the life. At least for 3 months, you need to have some cash to survive, to set up your business, work on your social medias, documentations, find some clients, etc., etc. So do not think that finding your first freelance client is going to take you one day. Maybe you're lucky. I'm not saying you aren't. Maybe you will not be lucky. Like I wasn't lucky, you know. I had to try to find the first client for 1.5 months. So if I hadn't had the money to live for this particular period, I would struggle a lot. So please don't forget about it. Save some money in advance. The next thing you need to understand is that nobody knows about you. Make sure you set up yourself online. You have to be discoverable, you have to be findable, and any person who's searching for a designer or any other creative person needs to understand what you are doing right away from every single profile that you have on any social media. It will be better if you will be consistent with your main message, your avatar, the description or your bio, let's say, and that you have some portfolio links, etc., etc. You might have your personal website, as I do, and I strongly encourage you to have one, because you could have a small blog on the website and it could bring you more traffic. It's not mandatory when you start, so start from, be agile, start from something small and then develop it into something bigger. Right now, your main task when you just started on freelance is to be discoverable and findable. Also, I wanted to say that in the very ideal situation, if you have a job right now and you are thinking about switching to freelance, what you need to do is save some money, okay, but also try to find your first client while you are still working in an office. May it be a small freelance gig. Find your second client after that, or maybe 2, and increase the amount of side hustle to balance between your work. So you will have still a salary that you're earning every single month, but you will have a side hustle also. So once the side hustle amount of money that you're earning is close or the same amount as your salary that you're getting, you can very comfortably switch to freelance full-time. Also, you need to present yourself as a freelancer, as a professional, and you should have a proposal document that states terms of your work, your services, your payment procedures, cancellation policy, etc., etc. I talk about all that on my IGTV and on another YouTube video. I'm gonna drop a link to this video in the description to this video so you could check it out. And also, don't forget that every single time that you will be contacting clients, you will need to send a cover letter. Or if clients will write to you, you will need to send cover letters as well. How to write cover letters, I have explained in the other YouTube video, and again, I'm going to drop the link to this video in the description to this video. The next tip is that you must have a portfolio. Nobody's going to trust you if they can't see what work you've done so far. Think about it from the other side. You are looking for a designer, let's say, and you need to design a website. And then some designer writes to you and he doesn't send you a link to his portfolio. He just claims that he can do the job. But in reality, can he do the job? Why he doesn't have a portfolio, or he sends you some like 3 or 4 images? What is that? You will never hire a person like that. So would you hire yourself if you don't have a portfolio? I apologize to those people who think that this information is very basic and it's pretty straightforward and everybody knows that. Believe me, I was trying to hire people on Upwork and I was asking for relevant pieces of work in the portfolio, and believe me, a lot of people just don't even read what you need. A lot of people among those people, after you ask for relevant links, send you irrelevant links to the portfolio. So believe me, this information is not obvious and not basic. Because if still people are doing something like that and consider themselves professional, people like me have to tell you about that, you know. You need to pick a place where you will find clients. First of all, you need to identify who is your ideal client. And after that, you can think about whether you want to approach people on LinkedIn, whether you want to approach people on Instagram or Facebook, whether you want to go for, you know, freelancing websites like Upwork, let's say, and approach people there. For me personally, Upwork works best for finding clients and also the word of mouth. But for some people, this method might not work. Finding clients for every single creative is different. For those of you who want to pick the Upwork way, as I did, you can watch my playlist about Upwork success that I have here on my channel. When you start freelancing, you'll probably have to apply to a lot of jobs everywhere and write a lot of messages, emails, make some calls, etc., etc. And this is the time that nobody's going to pay you for it. And remember, I said, please save some money in advance. If you don't have the money in advance, you will have to accept that this is unpaid work. You might try to fill that gap when you have a steady flow of clients, and you will include the price of communication in the project price. I totally get that. But be ready that when you start, you will struggle with that unpaid work. The next thing is that your clients might be from different countries, and they have different time zones, and maybe you will have to do late or super early calls. Accept it. Or don't work with clients from abroad. But I personally prefer to pick clients based on the project and how project is interesting for me, rather than thinking about, oh, I don't want to wake up at 5 o'clock in order to have a call with this guy at 6 a.m. You don't want it, somebody else gonna do that, me for example, and take the project which is interesting and will be a great fit to my portfolio and will increase my personal brand as a designer. So think about it. Sometimes you need to get out of your comfort zone to get something which is really valuable. Also, if you don't have money to pay for accounting and you can't hire an accountant, you will have to do everything yourself. You'll have to do your taxes yourself, your accounts. You will have to do the sales yourself, because now you are a business. You're a business person, solopreneur, and you are going to face a lot of new things that companies were previously doing for you, and you have to be prepared for that. When I just started my freelancing path, I already had my private entrepreneur scheme. I actually messed up with the taxes and I had some issues with that. So if you don't want to get that lesson when you mess up with the taxes, you need to make sure that you understand that somebody has to do it for you, or you will have to learn how to do it for yourself. And the reality shows that it's way cheaper to hire somebody who actually knows already how to deal with the taxes, rather than trying to figure out how to do it yourself. The other thing that most freelancers are facing is they feel lonely sometimes. You know, feeling lonely when you're sitting at home is okay because you don't really socialize with colleagues, you don't drive or walk or cycle to work, so you don't spend time on this. But also, all of us need to be social. And in order to fix that issue, you might want to rent a space in co-working where you have like a lot of people who are same as you, working as freelancers or remotely, and they all are there with you. You might even meet some good friends. This method wasn't for me. I feel very comfortable at home, but that's mainly because I just feel like dead silence is my biggest friend in making all my jobs done. Some of you might think that these days, when we all had to kind of switch to remote, and some people have lost their jobs, the competition is going to be massive in freelancing market. I can speak about it forever, but being isolated and working at home are two different things. So all the people who were isolated during the quarantine, I don't think that all of them want to stay home and work from home anymore, because now subconsciously they connect the work at home with isolation. I don't feel like they would want to become freelancers after this. Even I personally was struggling with staying at home and working from home because I couldn't do anything else, basically. I couldn't go anywhere. So if a full-time freelancer with my experience was struggling, then people who don't even know what is freelancing full-time, they will struggle even more about being locked up. If you think that it is too late to start freelancing, it is actually the best time. A lot of people who I know who are freelancers or remote workers said that they are thinking about trying to find a job in the office because they want to socialize. This might even decrease your competition if you want to start freelancing. And this is exactly why I am not going to go and find any job. I was actually thinking about it because, I need a social life as well. I think that quarantine has changed a lot for me, and I really want to, become more social, but knowing that a lot of people want to become more social, and I know that freelancing market is going to free up a little bit. This is the golden opportunity for me, and I'm really hoping that this is also the golden opportunity for you and you will take it. Guys, I really hope that this video was valuable to you and you've known some insights from me. If you like this video, please don't forget to put thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell to stay tuned to even more value from my channel. And thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you in the next videos. Take care.